Welcome to the replay. Say hi, Alex.
Hello.
You're not saying hi to anyone. You're just saying hi to the people who are watching it on replay. So, do you have any advice for them?
Don't eat your sandwich like this because then it gets stuck.
Yeah. Alex really doesn't like my cooking, apparently. I guess I'm a terrible cook because I got her a breakfast wrap. Happily tucking into that. But when I make her breakfast, it's not good enough. Oh, your cooking's so bad. Oh, stop adding arsenic to all your food. Ridiculous complaints, really. I'm just kidding. There was one guy who was like, why don't you and your wife get along one day on stream? And I'm like, what the hell do you mean we get along? Anyway, how are you in replay land? I hope you're doing well. It's a slightly weird angle. It's a slightly weird breakfast stream. But look, we're going to have some fun. We're going to get excited. There's nobody here yet, so I mean, I'm just talking to myself, essentially. But, you know, I think that's probably true for like 50% of people on Twitch in general. So, yeah. Oh, where's my coffee? Do you see where I put it? Could you just quickly grab it somewhere in this goose? Oh, you know what? It's in the spare room on top of the, one of the things there. So why isn't that one needs to be like... Yeah. Alright. Would you mind terribly, my love, just pulling up Twitch and just pretending to watch me for a few minutes? Just because there's no one else there and I feel weird just like literally talking to myself. My name is Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha-Cha-Cha-Cha. My name is Chicky. Hey, there we go. There's a few people. Hey, Spagoli69. Great name. How you doing? Vegeta. Oh my god. What's up, Kakarot? Wait, no, I'm Kakarot. What was Vegeta's saying name? I guess it was just Vegeta. Oh yeah, I don't know. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How are you guys doing today? Because old Petey is doing just great. Sort of. My house is weird as hell. Hey! How you doing, my buddy? Hakatsu! How are you? How are you doing today? Yo, indeed. It's good to hear from you all. Good to see y'all here. What time is it for me? Why, it's a whopping 8:35 in the morning, which is really an unpleasant time of day for a lot of people, but I love it. This is late in the day for me. I've been waking up at like 4:30 for the last few months, and as much as I fall asleep very early, I'm quite happy about it, I won't lie. It has worked out pretty well. My poor rooster came apart. I'm going to fix him up a little bit. You don't want to break your car. 4:30 in the morning or 4:30 in the afternoon? Jesus, Vegeta. What are you, like, training in one of those weird balls? Oh my goodness, now we're back down to one viewer. What happens in this? I don't get it. What are we making? Well, that's a great question. We're going to wait for a couple more people to get on before we properly do that. But yeah, we've got a limited supply and a limited arrangement of things. So we are going to do our best to make a nice breakfast, but we are sort of running low on ingredients. So we moved out of our condo so we could have it staged and sell it. And we have done all that. And now we are back. But we don't really have anything in our condo now. So it presents a few little issues. But anyway, look, we'll make it work. It'll be all good. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I think it's just me and you, Vegeta, for right now anyway. So thanks for being a homie and hanging out. My name is Sean. Even though I asked my wife to watch and there's only one person watching, which means she couldn't possibly be watching. My God. I'm betrayed, my love. Betrayed.
Why?
Because you're not even watching.
I am.
What? From where?
My iPad. I mean, I kept my phone.
But it says there's only one person watching. Is there something weird with the stream? Can you just... This is why... Actually, could you actually keep an eye on it? No, I don't mean actually, like, Actually, I just mean, could you keep a closer eye on it just for 2 seconds? Because I feel like the quality might be weird.
No, the quality's fine.
Okay. Well, alright then. Maybe Pete's just being a bit paranoid, but that's alright. Yeah, we are going to make a bunch of stuff this morning. We're going to make some potatoes. We're going to have some, we got some sausage, we got some bacon, we got some egg, we got a little bit of cheese. Grab me a little bit of cheese, would you? I'll grab the cheese from you. We've got some cheese. We've got lots of sauces. Yeah, so make some suggestions. We're definitely going to do some brekkie potatoes. Quality's good. Quality's good. Good to hear. All right. Yeah, I don't have my normal camera set up, so this will actually probably be a better bit rate. But yeah.
MA is May, right?
Yeah, MA is May.
Okay. Can I just give you a cup?
Sure.
Wow, we have lots of cups.
Yeah, we have cups actually. Hey, Grits Insanity, how you doing? How was your wrap anyway, Libby?
Delicious.
Unlike my cooking.
I love the wraps.
Yeah, they're good, eh? Yeah, so we're going to make some potatoes. Now we have to decide how we're going to cook our potatoes. We could do a shredded hash brown. We could do like my usual sort of hash brown. What are the thoughts? What are the thoughts? We could do like these are nice and like they're newer or small potatoes too. So they're not like baby potatoes like fingerlings or like little runts, but they're quite good.
Do you have anything to stir my coffee with?
Anything to stir your coffee with? Sure.
Wow, look at that.
My name is Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha. Oh my god, that audio is stuck in my head, and I gotta say, I don't care for the audio. It's rather annoying. But my name is Cha-Cha. Hippy-dippy-dippy. Alright. Yeah, what do you guys think we should have for breakfast this morning? I'm thinking we could make a pretty killer, like, naan and egg sandwich. So we're gonna we cook up a little bit of meat, get our breakfast potatoes on the side, and then maybe like scramble some egg, throw it in the naan, maybe with like a bit of bacon or a butterflied sausage or something, and have like a naanwich. Hey, Nick. Vibin through it. Hey, buddy. Love your TikTok. Thank you so much for coming and saying that, man. I really appreciate it. I love when people reach out and say supportive things. It is much better than the people who reach out and say less than supportive things, which happens occasionally too. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate that a lot. Welcome to Twitch. We do a little bit different over here. I'm a little less angry. I freak out a little bit less. I don't never. But and we're gonna cook some lovely, wonderful breakfast. So yeah, let's get some potatoes going here. We're gonna do some sort of like home fry style potatoes. So I'm just going to make them sort of some loose cuts here on the tip there, where it's a little bit of a different size. Then we'll go down the center and we'll just kind of go through it maybe about 4 times like that, and then once like that and like that. And now we've got some sort of fun, not perfectly even, different shaped country potatoes. That's kind of what we're going for, right? Hey, thanks for the bits, bro. My name is Cha-Cha. I usually do a dance or something when someone makes a donation, but we'll see. It's pretty early. Vegeta. Oh, that's a sick emote too. We got some good emotes on this channel, I gotta say. I spent a lot of time figuring out how to upload an animated emote. It was not the simplest thing I've ever done, I'm not gonna lie. Worth it though. Yeah, let's cut this potato. So as you can see, we're trying to keep all the bits of the potato roughly the same size, but we are trying to make them sort of slightly different shapes. So you get a little variation. Now we're gonna take a nice big stock pot or a enameled cast iron pot, fill it up with nice cold water. You don't want to use warm water or hot water when you're boiling potatoes. Messes with the starch. You want to actually bring the water cold to a boil. Unlike if you're making pasta or something like that, you would boil the water and then add your pasta. Wait, do you guys say pasta or pasta? Oh god, I can't remember what the American one is. I try and speak American on stream. But yeah, with the Italian noodle dish, you you generally start with boiling water. With potatoes, quite the opposite. You don't want to. You want to start your potatoes cold. I believe that has something to do with the starch and the way it cooks it through, but I could be wrong about that, so I don't want to give any false information. But hey, we got a couple people in now. We got 10 or so people hanging out. How y'all doing? Say hello. How are you? I mean, it's all right if you're just lurking too, but I love to hear from you. I love to see your faces. Oh wait, I can't see your faces. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of salt. This is the only salt we have in the house, so I would not normally do like fresh ground rock salt in water that I'm boiling because it's somewhat irrelevant. And actually, frankly, people say the amount of salt people add in water doesn't really do anything. So hey, Kev, how you doing, bro? Good to have you here, brother. Good to be here. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming as much lately. As you can see, my house looks completely different. My beautiful red and white kitchen is all gone, and we're just in this red and black, and we're in this boring old, just white kitchen. I don't hate it, but I certainly would not choose these colors. Meanwhile, Alex is playing The Sims over there. How are The Sims doing, Alex? She can't hear me, or she's not listening. Probably both. All right, great. Okay, so we're going to wait for our potatoes to boil. In the meantime, let's get a little bit of oil in this pan here. Let's just some lovely canola oil. I just did a video about canola. It's one of my favorite little idiosyncratic facts, that canola is an acronym. But chat, what are you guys having for breakfast today? What's on your plate? What's on your table? What are you going to be munching on? We're going to get some breakfast sausages ready to go here. Now that I got sausage meat on my hand, we're going to wash it though. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Yeah, what's going on in your houses? What's being eaten for your breakfasts? We're going to heat this oil up. Get it going. Hey, oh boy, oh boy. I feel like there's a delay in the chat speeder and something like that. I'm wondering if that's something that I can do. Mute microphone, hide chat, lock screen. No, I can't adjust. I'm just streaming off my phone right now because my my general computer setup that I use is all packed away and I don't have half the stuff available to me. So I apologize for this being a somewhat less high-tech stream. But yeah. That's the way she's going. Do you like this cutting board though? Ain't she a beaut? Little end grain cutting board. It needs a little I need to like refinish it a little bit because we let her get a little shitty right there. But ignoring that part, is that not just a beautiful little cutting board? I like it. Are you keeping an eye on my stream? It's just feeling weird today. Are you keeping an eye on my stream? It just feels really weird today. Like no one's watching and the numbers just keep like going up by 1 or 2 and then just dropping off. Or no one's chatting, I should say. Yeah, now it's just gone down to 4 viewers and stuff like that. Morning, Pete, what you cooking? And like 4 chats just came in at once. I feel like there's a delay.
There isn't a delay. It looks perfectly clear.
There's like a 15-second delay. What am I saying there?
That's typically how it always is.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, fair enough then. Fair enough. I guess it's just that kind of a morning. Yeah. Okay, we've got our oil. It's 10:46 for you. Holy smokes. Yeah, well, it's not the morning, that's for sure. That's for sure. Morning. We're cooking some, we're going to make a non-witch breakfast sandwich. And so that, of course, is a non-sandwich. So we're going to get our little sausages down in a little bit of oil there. And we're going to heat them up, get frying. It's going to be good. We're going to be frying, Brian. Ooh, baby, yeah. We got some nice cheeses and all sorts of fun stuff. All sorts of fun stuff. Ooh, a little bit of moldy cheese in the bottom of my cheese box. But yeah, I ask again, what are you guys having for breakfast? What are you guys doing this morning? What's new with everyone in the chat? How are y'all hanging? and any and all of the above questions. It's funny, we're trying to keep our house really clean because obviously we're in the process of, well, we sold it. But yeah, the person will be taking possession in a couple of weeks. But yeah, sausages are not the most, yeah, they got a little bit of grease spatter. But that's okay, we can clean. We'll have someone in to clean as well. But boy, oh boy, does the whole house look gorgeous, I gotta say. The cleaners we brought in did a fantastic job. Yes, indeed. Now, my friends, if you don't want to chat, that's totally okay, but I keep feeling like there's something wrong with my chat, and, like, stuff's not getting through. So if someone could just give me a real quick, like, just like a little hello or just a test chat there, just so I can stop second-guessing the actual stream, that would be good, because right now I am just endlessly suspicious that the chat isn't working. Maybe it's in, like, subscriber-only mode or something like that, or... Yeah, it just feels like something is off. It feels like something is wrong. And you're having ham and eggs, hash browns, and toutons. Nice, Cat. That is good. It's a solid breakfast, my man. I wish I had some little bit of bread dough there. We do a nice touton ourselves. Could you do me a favor and just bring up, just go to the browser and bring up Twitch. Use like the ruler of the rock browser, it's easier. Go in with a little picture. And then just, yeah, bring it to Twitch. And then if you go into, should be able to go into Creator Dashboard. If you click on my little icon on the right hand side. Yeah. And then it should kind of give you like a breakdown of the stream and everything like that. You can even hide the little video preview. But can you just see if you can figure out how to either adjust the delay so it gets taken off a little bit, and or make sure it's not like subscriber only chat or anything like that? Huh?
It's not like something like that.
Huh. Weird. Morning, Tammy. How you doing? Okay, our sausages are almost fully cooked, so we are going to take them out of the pan and just put them off to the side here. And we're going to take that pan off the heat because we don't want all that fat on the bottom to burn. We just want that to stay there. We'll get it as flavor when we're in the thing, when we're frying our potatoes. Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing fabtastic, fabtabulous. As you can see, my kitchen looks completely different. Best followers, prime viewers on Mr. Oh, hey, thank you so much for Thiago for that. We are actually going to opt to spam follower bot ban. Hey, there we go. We're so sorry that we're gonna have to ban you. Yes, I'm doing good. Life is busy as heck right now. We just sold our condo and bought a new house, and we are moving out of here in like a month or so. And so we don't have most of our things, including all the computers I use. What's up, Brian? How you doing, brother? Good to have you here. Yeah, so I don't even have a coffee maker properly set up. We got the pour over set up still. We don't really have most of our food. You know, it's a pretty bare bones operation here. We don't have any furniture. We've got 3 chairs, as you can see. Alex is sitting in one of them. We've got 2 dining room chairs as well. But yeah, we are doing everything. Hey, what's up, Steven? How are you doing, my friend? My brother from another continent. No coffee. We got. I had to pick up a Timmy's. You know, don't let my Don't let my buddy at King's Roast, or King's Coast rather. Hey, I am doing great, my man. Thank you for asking. And how is the legend doing? That is strawberry jam on toast. I forget your actual name because you were the one who changed your name from something funny to that, and then anyway, I forget your actual name. How many dogs? How many dogs in the house? Just the two. There's some dogs in my house. I'm gonna make a piece of bacon because I want to snack on a piece of bacon. Okay, our potatoes are now nicely boiling. I don't even have baking soda to put in my potatoes. We are just boiling them the naked way, like a pleb. And yeah, we're doing everything the old-fashioned way here. Yeah, old-fashioned is the wrong word. We're doing everything the classic method. But fakin'. It's not fakin'. It is bacon. Look, I eat bacon when it counts, okay? I don't even use the term vegetarian anymore because I think it comes with too much stigma for me to be comfortable associating with it entirely. But at the same time, like, I just... I know, you're giving me a hard time. My actual name is Jemmy. That was it. Charlie Whiteshirt was what it was, and that was what I was calling you. But your actual name is Jemay. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. So Jemay over here. Oh, Jamie. I'll see if I can remember that. What's a good nickname for that? Jamie White? No, because that would remind me. Jamie. Jossum J. I can't think. What's a word that starts with J? Roughing it in Pete's kitchen. Yes, sir. What's like a mnemonic device I can use for Jamie? Like Jamie the Jester, or like joking Jamie. It's pretty good. Hey, Kayla. How are you doing, my dear? Good to have you here. Hey, that rhymed. I like rhymes. They help me remember things. What are we making? Brian, I'm glad you asked. We're going to do a bit of something I like to call a non-wich. And that is really just a non-sandwich. So we got a couple sausages cooked up right here. We have got some potatoes going, as is tradition. And we are going to make some lovely soft scrambled eggs with a big whack of cheese in them. Then we'll throw that inside of our naan with some butterflied sausages, maybe a couple potatoes for some little crispy bonus bites. And then we're going to grill that bad Larry up. And we're going to have like a beautiful looking sort of non-wich, golden on the outside, soft and sort of fluffy bread on the inside. And it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a great thing. Great. Oh, that's good. Glad to hear you. Great. But in the meantime, I'm a little hungry. So I'm just going to make myself some bacon here as a snack. Ooh, sounds delicious, right? Naan is one of my favorite breads to utilize for things like this. Like a grilled cheese non-wich is a lovely treat, and it's different enough than like a Wonder Bread grilled cheese that I feel it gets I feel it gets a pass. I feel it's a bit of a different dish. Vegetarian I think is okay. Vegan is the word with massive problems now. Yeah, I think that's the problem, right? Because there's a lot of very normal vegans who aren't like that. I was vegan for a while, so I don't want to sell my own people down the river. No, you're right. I think both ideologies get messy, and the words are even imprecise. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I just prefer to be myself. I like to promote lots of meat alternatives, though, because I actually think they're legitimately delicious. Well, I eat real bacon, that's great. No, I think it's nice to have an alternative once in a while. Or hey, you never know if you're going to get Lyme disease. I know that's a shitty thing to say, but the wild amount of ticks that are spreading in North America, we're all going to have friggin' Lyme disease and no one's going to be able to eat red meat in a couple of years. Wild. Vegan food looks ridiculous if you ask me. I don't know. Have you ever had Indian food, Brian? I mean, like 70% of Indian food is also vegan. I think vegan food that imitates other food, yeah. It looks a little silly, if that's what you mean. I kind of agree with you, to be honest. But, yeah. It's all food. Who cares? I mean, I care, obviously. Oh no! Non-bread is... That's really crummy. You'd think there'd be good naan. You'd think there'd be good naan because there's a ton of Indian folks, or a ton of British Indian folks. So I kind of assumed there'd be good. I've had great naan at a restaurant. Actually, you know what? I had really shitty naan at a mid-tier Indian restaurant. It was clearly like. Do you remember the naan at the India Club?
I don't.
It was just like a pre-done naan that they clearly warmed up, if I remember correctly. It didn't taste very fresh or anything like that, which was really, I thought was funny because everything else there was quite lovely. I've never eaten Indian, only samosas. Well, I mean, samosas are Indian. They're particularly and most traditionally associated with Punjab, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, you should try some Indian. It's delicious. Even if you try some of the meat dishes to get yourself like excited about it at first. A butter chicken. I like paneer shahi or like saag paneer are some of my favorite dishes. But like, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with Indian. Oh yeah. Indian restaurant naan bread is delicious. Yeah, exactly. If they have their own tandoori oven and they're actually making it fresh, I mean, naan bread can be one of the most, or naan, you don't even need to say the bread because naan just means bread. Naan is one of the most delicious things. Fresh, lovely naan. Yeah, there's a few places we go in Halifax that we almost exclusively go because their naan is quite lovely. Okay, we're gonna get our potatoes into the pan here. We're gonna give them a little shift. We're gonna shift them just so they're all touching a nice little bit of the pan with at least one solid side. Like that, give them a little jiggle, and then we're gonna leave them for a couple seconds. Masala dosa. Oh, I love a good masala dosa. Although I do hate when the dosa is like too big and it becomes ridiculous and you get like 2 feet of dosa on either side of your plate and you're just like, this is a bit much. I feel like people are showing off with their ability to make really big dosas and not break them. But yeah, masala dosa is fantastic. Brian, masala dosa is like basically the filling of a samosa, but in like an Indian take on a savory crepe. It's like a very thin, light, fluffy kind of bread. I could talk about Indian food all day. One of my favorite cuisines, hand down. I don't even think it's fair to say Indian food because it's like a lot of people's favorite dishes are Punjabi. A lot of my favorite dishes are Gujarati. They're all regions, right? It'd be like saying haggis is a United Kingdom food. It's not really. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it's a Scottish food, Or like saying Welsh rarebit is, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just broadly... People from Quebec get pissed off about it, too, because, like, when I say poutine is Canadian, and they're like, no, it's Quebec. And I'm like, well, you're right, but I'm not wrong. Sub-national identities are a fascinating thing. I did a course on that in university, actually. Give them a little jiggle just to make sure nothing's sticking. Look at that. We got some beauty potatoes coming on here. I'm not using a cast iron skillet today. We are using a nice French steel or carbon steel skillet, although this is a slightly thicker carbon steel. I only did dosa once, super traditional place in London. Menu wasn't even in English. Ooh, nice. That's when you know you've hit it. When the menu is in the language of the cuisine, that's when you know you're in a place that has some deep roots, is doing it the way they did it back home. Ooh, Jamaican curry is really good. So that's really interesting too, because Jamaican curry is like the fusion of like, the ingredients of the Caribbean, some of the techniques of enslaved people, and then which would have been typically from West Africa, and then a lot of the spices of enslaved Indian people who worked in plantations and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's a very cool combination, Jamaican food that way. All the spices in Jamaican food and most of them, are very closely related to Indian food, in that they're basically cousins. Lovely. Now, we don't have a lot of seasoning because we packed away and threw away a lot of our spices. So I'm just going to take a couple garlic cloves. We're frying this pretty hot, though, So we don't really want to add the garlic until the very end of this, this cooking process. And we don't want to make it super small or fine either, because that gives it more opportunity to burn. So what we will do is we'll take 2 big cloves of smashed garlic, and we'll just kind of like further smash them a little bit like that, and then maybe give them like a couple cuts back and forth like that. That'll get all the oils and the juices flowing out of them so that we get lots of flavor, but hopefully it won't burn too quickly because it's chopped up real small. I heard cooking garlic makes it less strong. That is entirely correct, absolutely. If you really want your garlic to lose some of its flavor and be even less strong, but you still want a little garlic flavor, you can blanch it in water, and that really takes some of the flavor out of it. But yeah, cooking garlic makes it less strong until your garlic browns deep brown. Then it gets bitter because you've burnt your garlic. And that is a fairly strong flavor, annoyingly. But yeah, so now I'm just going to go through this pan, make sure all the potatoes are on their other side, like that. I want at least 2 sides of each potato fried real nice, and then we can sort of like start sauteing a little bit. Look at that, we got some beautiful color on some of those already. I'm going to add a little more oil to the pan, just a little. Because I do want those basically frying in oil. I don't want the oil to get absorbed, and it probably won't too much because it's nice and hot, but you just want to be careful. And my friends, because it's a special auspicious occasion, Alex and I just sold our house, and we just bought a new house. And Alex doesn't really drink red wine. I'm going to enjoy a glass with you, my good friends here on the stream. Look at this hilarious, you can see my address there. I don't even care because I'm moving. But my realtor had a picture of our condo and our address and everything put on the bottle of wine. So you know I'm going to be keeping this wine now. And it's got her logo on the bottom. So obviously, you know, it's very smart marketing. Very smart marketing. I'm almost tempted to make a video about it. But in reality, I'm paying her a lot of money to sell my house, and I don't want to make a video for free because I know how much commission she got from selling my house. And she didn't, not that she didn't earn it. She absolutely earned every penny of it because she's a fantabulous realtor. However, you know, one can't help but do the calculations on the commission, and you know. She did rather well for herself. The housing market in Halifax is batshit insane right now. Yeah, it's just ludicrous. Places selling for 40-50% over offer. Wild. Yeah. We offered intentionally low though, so our situation is somewhat misleading. Okay, let's get the garlic in the pan just to cook for a couple minutes there with everything else, because we do want to take away a little bit of the strong raw garlic flavor. Like that. Oh, you guys can't smell this, but I can smell this. Sold the house, but still using the kitchen. What you're doing is calling squatting. I love someone's accusing us of squatting. It's not our house, though. We sold it to someone. We don't actually. They take possession on the 31st or whatever. So we're not quite there yet. Okay, the next part of this operation is going to happen rather quickly. So we're going to get a couple eggs all beaten up, beaten like they owe me money. That's not a funny joke, Peter. That's violent. Oh, I can just smell that garlic as it activates, and now I can just see it starting to brown up a little bit. Now let me just show you here. I'll show you a little piece so you guys know what I'm talking about. That is garlic starting to brown. That color right there. That even might be slightly browned. That's when you want to stop cooking your garlic in reality. You don't want deep brown garlic unless you like a really bitter flavor. And I think most people probably don't. So I'm going to get a little bit of paper towel just because there was a little bit of more oil in this pan than usual. And we're gonna get a little bowl here, and we'll just pop this paper towel in the bowl, pop our potatoes in on top like that, and try and leave most of the oil in the pan. And then we're just gonna give them a quick little pat like that, just to get any of that excess oil off the outside. A little bit of oil on the outside is not bad. It'll sort of come into the, it'll soak into the outside, and sometimes can make your stuff crisp, but we just want to get them a little dried out like that. Take off some of that excess oil so it's not greasy feeling. And then yeah, let's get cracking, my friends. So we're gonna crack a couple eggs like that. Boom, boom, boom. Ho, whoa, whoa. Like that. Get them all beaten up. We are going to take a nice big pat. Oops, my oil is starting to smoke, so we're going to get that off the heat there. And I can see a few burnt spots in my pan, so that's unfortunate. But we are going to have to cool down this pan with some water because we need to get those burnt bits out. You cannot start with a burnt pan. If you start with a burnt pan, your food will taste burnt. Okay, so we will clean the immediate bits of burnt off the surface like that. Give her a quick wickety wipe. Wickety, 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 wickety wipe. Like that. Pop her back on the burner. She's going to heat right back up. This is actually advantageous for us because we can pop in our big knob of butter. Yeah, we're going to kind of do them, not quite sauteed, I suppose, but we're going to do these eggs. We're going to try and get them nice and runny because they're going to cook a little bit more residually as we put them in the naan. So we're just going to spread out our egg on the pan like that. And you can see it's already forming up underneath. You can see that layer there. So we're basically just going to keep moving it around. I'm actually going to take it right off the heat. And then we're going to get a little bit of fromage. That's cheese in French for you guys who don't speak French, like Monsieur Pete does. I don't actually speak French. Just for the record. Just for the record. Je parle un petit peu français. Un petit peu. Okay. So we're going to scramble these bad boys up like that. Looking good. Keep it to the one side of the pan. We're going to add a whack of fromage, whack of cheese, like way more cheese than is actually a normal amount. And while we're doing that, we're going to butterfly a few sausages. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Hey, you're learning French in school right now? Très bien, qui est là? Combien années travailles-tu français? Not quite? Okay. I was trying to say, how many years have you been learning French? I feel like, as much as that's just completely broken garbage French, I feel like a person would be able to translate in their head what I'm saying. Would they not?
Yeah.
Combien d'années? Like that, how many year?
Yeah.
How many years travailles-tu français? Learning you French. It's wrong, I know. I know my French is wrong, but I'm wondering if it's like within the realm of being wrong where someone might be able to make out what I'm saying. You know, like you can understand people who are speaking with broken English. If you do try. All right, so look, we're keeping these eggs like a soup. I know they look kind of messy and soupy. That's because the cheese is melting and we don't want it to split. If you melt things at a low temperature, particularly cheeses and butters, they won't actually split. The milk fat won't separate from the other oils and it'll stay as one. So if we just gradually heat it like that, right, we can actually keep everything together and we can have really runny, cheesy, lovely eggs without actually burning anything. Oh yeah. Like that. Now I really need a plastic spatula to get all the egg out of here. Only a few years. Well, hey, only a few years so far. You never know how many years you're gonna learn a beautiful language like French for. I wish I'd taken French more seriously when I was in school. It's much, much easier to learn a language when you're still young and you're not an old fart like I am. And yeah, but for some reason kids don't want to learn languages because, I don't know, they're hard, I guess. And you have to be a little goofy and you have to kind of be bad at it at first before you can get good. Okay, we're going to pop our scrambled eggs down onto the cutting board here, and you will see why in just a second. It is because we have to clean out our pan again, because this is not a perfectly seasoned pan, and as a result, my eggs, they steak. But that's okay, because we'll just pop our pan right back there, and we are going to put our naan in it, like that. It's getting a little bit of wet from the residual water. Perfect. We love it. We love to see it. Right, like that. Good, good, good. We will put another little knob of butter down there. Not a big knob, just a tiny little bit. Only a few years. Well, that's good. What other languages do we speak in the chat, eh? Any interesting languages? Stephen, do you speak any Scots Gaelic? And if you say nag, I'll know exactly what you mean. I think that's no. Oh, that's no in Welsh. I can't remember. I used to know a few pieces of Gaelic here and there. Or Irish, as we call it in Ireland. Hey. Cheers, folks. Clink. I bought egg whites. Ooh. Yeah, pump up your egg whites by just adding a couple That's a great idea, man. I used to do that when I was like in my 20s. And I was really focused on like diet as my fitness. I'm less focused on diet this time around for a variety of reasons. Okay, let's let that naan get heated up there nicely, but it's sticking a little bit, so I'm going to put a little more oil down in the pan and just make sure the whole sort of pan is nicely coated in oil before we go putting that guy in there again. And then we will pop that down. Look at that, beautiful. So now we're going to start layering, okay? We are going to do some sausages like that, and just enough so that we get kind of like a coverage, a nice bit of coverage on them there. I'll keep these a little bit sarcasm fluently. Oh, nice! I'm not fluent in sarcasm at all. You see what I did there? Then we are going to pop our eggs down, and I can smell this bread burning, and so I'm actually going to bring it off the heat now because my pan is too hot. That's okay though. You can always cool down a pan. Bubble and squeak. I'm just going to turn on my hood fan. Pardon the noise for a second, folks. We're not going to turn on the hood fan because apparently the little screen. Can you add that to the Home Depot list?
Yes.
The screen for my hood fan was bent, and apparently that noise is gonna happen when I use it. So that's fun. Fun. It's not fun. It's terrifying. Why did it sound like I was killing it? That's not what we want at all. Oh boy. This is what I mean. It's a bit of a shit show around these parts. We're really, yeah. Okay. We've got our lovely naan-wich going here. We've got our breakfast potats, just getting them heated a little bit back up. Like that. We are going to get our plate out here. Ooh, can I borrow your phone for a second, love? I'm making a diner-style breakfast. Brian, a man of my own heart. You always are. I love it, buddy. I love it. Oh, I just literally needed for one picture in like 1 second. All right, we're gonna give this guy one more flip here. Keep it moving. Oh no, we lost a sausage. That's okay. Sometimes you lose sausages in life, friends, and you gotta accept it, you know? Life isn't fair. Just look at that beautiful color on that naan. And you got that little cheese on the edge. It's like getting all crispy, leaking out of the egg. Mwah. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just spilt my glass of wine. God damn it. What's the one thing that could stain the kitchen? Red fucking wine. Oh, god damn it. That is not great. Mini snowstorm in Toronto? Oh god.
Yeah, my brother just sent me a picture.
Oh god, okay. I gotta take this off the heat while I focus on the fucking... Okay, the food looks great. What doesn't look great is the fucking wine I spilled on my... God damn. Well, there we go. That's just fantastic. Oh boy. C'est la vie, my friends. C'est la vie. That is life right there. That's life for you. Okay. Let's get it started in here. We are going to get our beautiful naan-wich out of the pan like that. Oh man, and just look at that like cheesy cross section. You get this beautiful, well, maybe we'll do an actual cross section bite of it. Alright, some lovely breakfast potatoes, like there. Should we do a cross section? It's all fun and games. You spill a glass of wine, okay? And you're speaking truer words have never been spoken. No, let's not do a cross section. Okay, we'll get a little photograph here then. Oh, bubble and squeak. God, your phone does not take the greatest photos.
No, it doesn't.
It's funny just how significantly better like my phone is, and it's like what, 2 generations older than yours?
I think so.
Yeah, this phone is not being kind to my beautiful naan-wich, so we're gonna... These might be story photos, not main feed photos. Oh well, we gotta post something on Instagram. We haven't posted in forever. Yes, indeed. It's all fun and games till you spill a glass of wine. Alright. Well, there we go. The remainder of my glass of wine. Alright, friends. Alright, friends. Let's get it started. And do a little crunch and munching. Solid breakfast potato, if not a little bit plain. The garlic definitely helped. Yeah. Definitely needs a little bit of like green herbs or, something to sort of make it a little more interesting, a little more palatable, even a little lemon zest on top, or really potatoes will take just about any flavor pretty well. But yeah, solid, great, nothing to complain about there. Solid like 7 out of 10. The potatoes on their own, just the potatoes, maybe 7.5. 7, yeah, let's call it a 7. They definitely need more seasoning. I don't have seasoning right now. You can always improve your food. I'm just like really paranoid about putting down this wine glass now. Okay. The non-which I'm excited for. So I made one of these before, and it was one of my hot sauce, if not packed away. The hot sauce is indeed packed. Oh, wait, no, we have a little bit of hot sauce in here. Yeah. We do. We have Pete's Sweet Heat. So we'll pop a little bit of hot sauce on the potatoes. Oh boy, that's a little bit too much hot sauce. Oh, whatever. I mean, yeah. Ooh, a little spicy, a little fun. Yeah. Definitely gonna be an improvement. Whew, a little spicy though. I feel like that's gotten much more spicy as it sat in the fridge. Okay. Now bite of the non-which. Oh my god, so good. Yeah. Hella good. I mean, it's just like the eggs are so fluffy and cheesy that like, it's almost like biting into a souffle or something. Like I can't really, but like without squeezing it, you can't really see it, but like it is fluffy egg city in there. It could use a tiny little bit of hot sauce too though. I don't think you can ever go wrong in just a little bit. So let's just do a little bit like that. Drippity, 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 drip. A couple little drips. Oh yeah. A couple little drippy drops. Let's take another bite. Hell yeah. Yeah, nicely. The eggs and the cheese really like balance out the hot sauce. You barely taste it with the amount I put on, but it's still like, you notice it a little bit. Just enough you know it's there. Real excellent stuff. Excelente. I'd say that sandwich is a solid, I'd say that's a 7.5. I'd say the sandwich is a 7.5. Again, it needs a little more, like a little bit of, I mixed it one time with pesto in the eggs, and it was awesome. It was like a solid high 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this needs a little bit of that. I actually don't think sausage is the best meat to go with it. The sausage and the fennel taste conflicts with some of the other, like, more smooth tastes a little bit. So I would definitely do like a bacon or something like that in it. But all in all, 7.5 is a pretty fair score, I think, for that. Which kind of like brings it all down to about a 7.25. Yeah, if we have a solid 7 and a 7.5, the average score for the combined score is a 7.25 on the Bussin' scale. So, I mean, respectable. You know, significantly better than average. However, plenty of room for an improvement. Maybe that's even honestly a generous score because I'm back in my own house and I'm feeling good about life. But hey, my camera battery, or my light battery, just died. It's been a funky little stream. I apologize for not being on so much. It's shitty, especially for the people who are subscribed. I'm gonna make it up to you, I promise. I'll be gifting some subscriptions and doing some fun stuff in the weeks to come. But yeah, it's gonna be a little rocky for a little bit longer for the 4 or 5 of you that are really regular and that are really good friends of mine now, I consider you. So thank you for bearing with. But yeah, we'll be in a new place in May. There'll be lots of cool stuff going on. I'm gonna buy a little pizza oven. We'll be cooking some wood-fired pizzas. We'll be doing all sorts of fun stuff, and I cannot wait to share it with all my good friends. Anyway, go out there in the world, take care of yourselves, take some time for yourself today. But most importantly, let people know that you love them. People need to hear that they are loved. Tell someone you love them today. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your daughter, your son, your non-binary lover, whomever. Tell them they're loved because people need to hear that. Know that I love each and every one of you very, very, very much. And we will see you again real soon. Stay tuned for lots of fun streams, okay? Bye, everybody.